Alright, hello everyone, I'm nirvgorilla. Yesterday I made a video showing you how to set up your own Azerothcore Linux self-hosted World of Warcraft server, which is Wrath of Lich King. Now we gotta work on controlling the bots on your server. So the first thing you do is in my installation text file that I included in the video, I have a link to the Unbot add-on, so we're gonna go there. This is what it looks like. We gotta download it. This is GitHub. So you hit this green button that says code, and then it says download zip. Now, you don't need to know this, it's not a big deal, but Unbot is coded by a Chinese guy, so the original is written in Chinese. But this guy right here, his name is Reserve or something like that, or Revision, I think his name is. He converted it to English, and this is a direct link to his English version. And it was even updated 2 weeks ago, so he updates this. It might be a good idea to check it once in a while. Just hit download zip. This is an add-on now. So I'm just going to download it. And you guys should know how to extract things, but if you don't know, I'll just show you. So when you have the zip file, double click it, go into it. You want unbot and then the YSS bot loot. Right click, copy, and then go to your wherever your Chromecraft folder is, interface, add-ons, and then you would right click and paste here. So you have two folders. You'll see I have the YSS bot loot and then the unbot folder. Those are the two that you need. So I'm going to try to do this in one take here. All right, let's close this. If that first link doesn't work, I have a mirror and you can use that to download it. Let's open WoW and start controlling some bots. I'm going to make a new character. How about a Blood Elf, even though I don't like Blood Elves? I'll just make a rogue and just name him Blood Elf Boy. For the add-ons, just for this video, for these purposes, I'm going to only enable those two. YSS bot loot and unbot.
Our enemies will fall.
Okay, you'll see there's a bunch of bots running around. So I have a little list of things I'm going to cover right here. Alright, so let's start with the first one, summoning a bot. You do that, here's your little bot bar. If you don't have it, type /unbot. You can type it again to enable and disable it. You can move it around right here by clicking this empty space. So to summon a bot, just use your left mouse button and click this woman at the far end. And you'll have a new window here. And you can summon any type of bot you want. A warrior, paladin, death knight, rogue, whatever. Let's take a mage with us. So I'm going to click the mage. You'll get a whisper from the new bot you just generated. So you can right click him, invite him, and there he is. Is that him? Nope. So I don't know where he is, so I have to summon him to me now. So to summon him, you hit this first button. Now he's with you. Now you can just start going and killing stuff. And he'll help you out. Let's see if we can find a mob real quick. Okay, we got a mob here. So I'm just going to start attacking it. And this guy following me will help. So that's how that works. It's set to group loop by default, and he'll just always follow you and help you out. Okay, let's move on to part 2. Okay, here's part 2 here. Randomly inviting a bot you see running around the world. You are not the master of these bots, and you have very limited control. Alright, so let me invite that guy running around right there by right-clicking and inviting him. And I have it set on my server to automatically accept invite. So if I try to make him go offline by clicking this button here, he won't listen. It says on the bottom left in the chat window, not your bot. That's because I randomly invited this guy who's just running around the world. The only way that you can actually control them and they're your bots is if you invite them using this summon a bot button. Then they're your bots, they're your slaves. So that's how you make them your slaves and have full control over them, is just use that summon bot button over there on the far right. Okay, part 3, getting familiar with the unbot panel. Just really quickly, if you right click each one of these buttons, it'll expand all of the buttons you can click. They all do different things, they're all very different. You don't have to learn all of them. I'll show you the most important ones. There is one important thing you should know. So this attack button, we can change it. right click, and let's say we want the button to be just attack with your tank only. Well, you would right click instead of left click here. You would right click, and now that becomes the icon on your bar. That goes for any of these bars. You can change it to always be make your bots go online if you want that to be your main button. But I like the summon button right there. I use it a lot. I like this setup right here with the DPS. That's the DPS button. All your DPS in your group will attack with that button. But when I'm doing dungeons and raids, I generally like to have this one as my main button because I want my tank going in first rather than my DPS going into a boss first, because you know as well as I do, they'll get their asses kicked. So let's leave that on this for now. Okay, part 4, attacking, retreating, staying, following, summoning. Now this is very important, and it's not a very intuitive add-on actually, so I'm just going to explain it to you. Let's invite 2 random bots. We'll invite them. Alright. So by the way, if you already have bots in your group and you're going to add like a 3rd or 4th one, they will automatically join your group. Just like that. So let's do this. I'm going to summon them all. Alright, here they are. And I'm gonna start attacking this one. And you'll see they all help out. If I'm over here attacking, they'll all help out too. That's the default behavior of them. But let's say I change my mind, or maybe I'm doing a quest where I have to get the mob down to a certain health and then stop attacking. Well, to get them to stop attacking, you press this button. It looks like a typhoon thing, and they'll stop attacking immediately. And they'll just follow you, and they will never help you again until you press this button right here. All the bots follow you. That's an important button. They will stop attacking until you hit it, and then boom, they're attacking again. See that? So if you change your mind, like if you send your bots in for something over here, and you change your mind, it's bringing them back to you. So you got to hit this button to bring them back, this button to continue them attacking. Now summoning, of course, you know what that is. That was pretty easy. You can make them wait here by pressing the stand still, and then you can move somewhere a little bit. This includes also jumping off cliffs. You can make them wait on the top of the cliff, jump off, and then press summon, and they'll be right on top of you. So that summon button's pretty important, but they'll keep staying there until you hit the follow button, and then they'll follow you again. Alright? Okay, I've just entered a dungeon here with a group. Now we have a tank, healer, and 3 DPS. You have to have that basically to join at least the dungeon finder. So because I'm in a dungeon, as most people know, you want to send your tank first rather than your DPS. You can, you know, just start DPSing anything you want if you want, but the tank will have a harder time keeping threat. So what you want to do is ideally for the bot bar here, the unbot bar, right click the tank bot attacks. And now that's your main button. Now when you push this button, only the tank will go in first. And then everybody will start helping automatically after the tank goes first. So remember, now let's say there's a Pat in the background coming and you don't want to pull him. Remember, hit this typhoon button and they'll start coming back to you. And then hit follow again and they'll start attack. They'll resume attack. So that's how you those are the basic commands. You'll get familiar with them as time goes on. That's about all you need to know from me for this. Alright, let's move on. Alright, we got part 6 here, keeping a bot as your friend. Okay, so here's my Blood Elf, and these are the ones I had before. Let's make these guys go online by pushing this button. Make all bots go online. There we go. Summon them to me. Now let's say I really like one of them. How about Oddur here, whatever his name is. Let's give him some gear first of all. There we go. Alright, I'm going to type /friend, ADUR. Now I'm going to make everybody go offline by pressing this button. And then I'm going to disband the group by leaving party. Okay, now let's say I want that guy back. Well, if you right-click this summon a bot, you will see a submenu called Manage Bots. Now he's on your friends list, obviously, and you can see that right here. If you left-click it, he'll come online, and if you right-click it, you'll invite him to the group automatically. And that includes multiple bots, so we can just invite 2 more. We can hit this initialize, we will summon, and then I think you can right-click friend, can't you? Okay, I guess not, you gotta type it. /friend, Bitrix, okay, and then /friend, Edmund. Alright, so I'm gonna again make them go off, I'm gonna make them go offline by pressing this button. Again, I'm going to disband the group. Then I'm going to open up my Manage Bot folder, or menu. And then you right click to bring them online. Then left click to invite them to your group. Your regular team, there they are. That's pretty fast. Now, if you're running about in the world and you just want to play solo for a while, you could just right click here, send them offline. You can, you know, DPS some stuff, go do some quests by yourself, and if you suddenly need them, if you start getting ganked by the opposite faction, you can of course bring this menu up, pop them online with this button, and then hit summon, and immediately they're defending you. Just like that. So you can bring them on and offline very quickly. Alright, part 7 here, changing a bot's spec and gear and making it easier to see with Tip-Tack. Okay, sorry, I'm jumping on my rogue for this, just to show you. I'm going to make this one bot go online instead of all of them by hitting this button. I'm going to summon them to me. And you can see that if you highlight your mouse over it, all you see on the tooltip on the far bottom right is that he's a level 1 Orc Shaman. It doesn't really tell you anything else. If you right click it and hit inspect, you can see his talents, but he's too low level to have talents right now. So let me show you on my higher level. Okay, here's my higher level. We're just going to summon a random bot. Bring it, so he's going to be low level, I believe. Yep, he's level 1. I'm going to bring him to my current level, which is 54, by hitting initialize all bots. And then I'm going to summon him here. There, now he's my level and he has a bunch of random gear. Now if I right click and hit inspect, now I can see his talents. He is a furry warrior. Blizzard doesn't make it easy to see their spec. So let's say I want him to be protection. I want him to tank for me. Well, you can target him and then hit initialize a bot. And every time you hit initialize a bot, he's changing gear and spec. But it's not easy to tell. I guess if you have a good eye, like I know that's a shield, so I know he's a prot warrior. And he has 2 weapons. I know he's Fury. Now he's prot again, he's a tank. But there's other classes that make it harder to see, such as mages or resto shamans or whatever. So if you want to easily be able to see what spec they are, you have to install another add-on, unfortunately. I added this in my little text document here, my little installation. It's called Tip-Tack. And you can find the add-on right there on those links. And when you install Tip-Tack, now when you highlight over them, you'll have to make a modification. You have to type /Tip-Tack, and you'll get this menu. And for what I remember, you want to go down to Talents and make sure Talents is enabled, okay, right here. And then I have this set here. And the only other thing you should have to set is the anchor. So that'll show where on the screen you see the little tooltip. That means when you highlight, like I can move this up here on the top. So when I highlight this player, you'll see that his talents say Fury. Okay, so I hit initialize a bot, then I target him again. Now it's protection. Initialize, Fury, initialize, Fury, initialize. He's Fury again. There he's arms. But you see how much faster it is when you just have a little tooltip right here instantly? I like this tooltip. I can't live without it. I can't. It's the fastest way I know of. There might be better ways. You guys might know a better way to do it. And if you do, comment. But that's my fastest way of instantly being able to see their current spec. Because it matters. Let me go to Tip-Tack. And let's say, turn the anchor off there. Okay. Because it matters in a lot of cases, such as when you summon a shaman and you want him to be resto. Or you want your priest to be disciplined instead of holy, for instance. Okay, we're going to initialize this bot, summon him. Okay, if I want him to stay still so I can easily target him, of course you can always hit make the bot stand still. Alright, he's restoration, but let's say I want him to be elemental. There he is, he's an elemental now. So when you right click inspect, you can verify. Yep, he's elemental. So if you keep it on this screen and change him, this does not update. You see what I'm saying? I'm changing his spec right now, but this screen on the left is not updating. So it sucks. The default Blizzard UI kind of sucks for this. You have to right click again, inspect. That was a big pain to do that. Because you need specific specs in certain circumstances. I mean, you're playing with other classes that have multi-specs. And so you have control over their specs, but instantly being able to see them can only be done, as far as I know, with a better tooltip add-on. And so I give you one, Tic-Tac. Alright. Okay, this is the fun part, an interesting part, and you don't have to do this. This is more advanced. If you just want to play the game and you don't care, that's fine. But this is for people who really want to get into the RP of the game or whatever. So some classes and some specs and some, I think even races have specific spells, but they don't always cast them on you with these bots. At least at this point. Maybe in the future they will. But like, let's say you want Fear Ward. Fear Ward is a pretty nice spell. It only lasts 3 minutes, but it might be nice to have on your character for whatever reason. So you have to have, it used to be Dwarf Priest, but then later they changed it to all priests. So let's bring a priest in here. So I go to priest. I'm just going to invite them. That reminds me now, if you want a specific race, basically it's the luck of the draw. You just have to keep inviting the class and hopefully you get the right race that you want to group with. So I'll just take a human then. I will initialize him and summon him. And now I want him to cast Fear Ward on me, right? Let's see if he has Fear Ward. He's currently disciplined. So to bring up his spells, you right click this right here, the strategy editor section. Right click it. And then you click this little spell book on the top while you're highlighting him. Make sure to highlight him and then click the spell book. Now these are his actual spells. Let's see if we see Fear Ward here. Okay, I don't think I'm seeing Fear Ward. Are you? If we hit refresh, we can see. No. Now let's change him to Holy Spec and see if he has Fear Ward. So let's close that. We're going to hit this and keep initializing until he's holy. There, he's holy. Now I'll hit Spellbook again. Oh, I see it. There's Fear Ward. So now I'm going to highlight me, and I'm going to hit Fear Ward. There we go. We got Fear Ward. See that? It's actually on me. Now, some classes have pretty cool abilities. Let's disconnect this bot and we'll drop group. We're going to invite a shaman this time. Shamans have water walking. I think some other class has another water walking. I think a warlock has underwater breathing. You can do that for yourself too. Okay, so let's initialize him and bring him over here. Okay. So I don't remember if it's for all specs for shaman, but once again, right click this, go make sure he's highlighted, go to the spell book, and you can see all of his spells. What's that water walking one? Is it this? No, that's water breathing. There's water walking right there. But it says he needs fish oil, which he doesn't seem to have. So we're going to have to cheat here because I don't know how to make the bot. I guess if I had fish oil on me. Actually, let's do that. Let's type, because I'm a GM, I can type .lookup space item fish oil. Okay, so I'm going to click it once. Then I'm going to make sure that nobody is targeted. I'm not highlighting anybody. And I'm going to type .add item. And then I'm going to link this by holding shift and clicking this and pressing enter. Okay, well, it looks like I got to highlight myself. So let's hit enter, hold alt, press up. Add item fish oil. Why is it not fish? Oh, okay, there it is. I don't know. That was weird. All right. I had to re-click it. Okay, now I got fish oil. Now I should be able to just drag and drop right on him, and it should open the trade window, and he should take it. Now let me refresh. And he should be able to cast this on me now if I target myself and press water walking. Yep, I have water walking for 10 minutes. I can now walk on water. There you go. Let's give him a few fish oil. So we put fish oil and the number 5 at the end. Okay. So now he should have enough fish oil. I don't know why it's saying that. What happens if we hit the spellbook again? Yeah, it's still showing red for me. I don't know why, but he obviously has it. Now I can cast it on him. There, now he's got water walking. Let's keep casting until he has no more fish oil. I think he's oh, he does have quite a bit. It says 545. I don't know. Oh, I can't seem to cast anymore. Yep, I think he's out of fish oil. So it's a pretty realistic bot setup, really. And, you know, I will say that the summoning stone for the Warlock was an important one for me. Although I will say it's not worth it right now. It doesn't work like the old Warlock portal. Maybe it will in the future. But it does work, actually. It's just an instant summon, like the same summon we have right here. It's just an instant summon like that. I tried it. I had a Warlock join my group. I gave him the soul shards, and I was able to do it. But yeah, that's the basics. One other thing I should probably mention at the end of this video here is AI. So you have the strategy editor. When you select a bot, you have to do one bot at a time. You can make him be more aggressive and like attack people randomly while we're just running around. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can actually slightly modify these things here. And you can kind of change his behavior a little bit. But let's say you really messed up his behavior and he's acting weird. You can always target him and hit Reset Bot AI. You can do it individually or with this button, which is all bots. And he'll say even to you, AI was reset to defaults. And he'll go back to acting normal again. Okay? I have not tried this module called Naxxramas. Apparently, if you take a raid into Naxxramas, you might want to hit this button so all your bots use the right module specifically for that raid, which requires some specific strategies and tactics. Yeah, there's reset talents of a bot. There's all sorts of stuff you can do in this little menu. You can make him drink, of course, and you can actually, one more thing real quick is you can hit status, and he'll tell you how much gold he has. Somehow he has 2,000 gold. Check this out. If I open a trade with him, I can take that gold from him. So I'm just going to whisper him and just type 100 gold and then press enter. And he put it in his trade window right there. I hit trade and he gives it to me. So that's how you can trade with bots. And so if he has an item on him, you can put the item, send him a whisper of the item, and he should put that right in his window and then trade. There, now you have those healing potions. You can just take stuff from him. So I don't know if they work as a mule. I guess I could see real quick. I'm going to give him my fell cloth here. How about that? And I'm going to trade him it. And then I'm going to log out. And let's see what happens. I never tried this before. I mean, there's so much you can do in this. And I'm going to bring him back online and see if he still has my fell cloth. So let's hit... You can actually hit another button here, right here, this little backpack. You can check their inventory. He has it! He has my fell cloth. That's cool. So the easiest way to get it from them, they'll send you a whisper with all the items that they have. And he does have 3 fell cloth. So I can, again, just send him this whisper. And there you go. He's got the fell cloth. And he gives it back to me. So I guess they can act as a mule, although I wouldn't necessarily trust it. But there you go. Those are the basic bot commands of running in your own World of Warcraft server with your own bots of whom you're the master of. Alright, see you later.